People don't see you for who you are. They see you for how they feel around you. And most of the time, that feeling is shaped before you've even said a word, not by your clothes, not your smile, but by your quiet habits. Those subtle patterns you do without thinking. Change those. And people don't just treat you differently, they recalculate you. It's not about charisma, or charm, or even etiquette. It's about how you shape the atmosphere, without saying a thing. Let's begin with a habit that quietly determines whether people respect you, or start mentally tuning you out. Number 1. Self-acceptance without announcement. There's a very specific energy people give off when they're at war with themselves. They apologize for who they are before anyone even notices. They over-explain their choices. They offer disclaimers with everything they say, just in case someone dares to misunderstand them. I saw this in action at a gala dinner once. One of those elegant networking events where everyone subtly competes over velvet, tailoring, and who can hold a champagne coupe with the most understated grace. And then in walked a woman I'd known for a while, wearing jeans and a company t-shirt. No heels, no jewelry, not even a bare face with effort. Just actual office leftovers. She stood out, of course. At first, I thought it was a confident style statement. But as the event unfolded, she kept telling people, everyone, that she'd forgotten the gala and had come straight from work. That she was so busy, she barely had time to breathe. And just like that, the mystery unraveled. It wasn't a bold choice. It was a panic pivot. And instead of standing out with confidence, she shrank her presence in advance. Self-acceptance is never about perfection. It's about being done explaining yourself. Number 2. Thoughtful courtesy. Some forms of politeness feel like bad acting. The overly rehearsed after you with jazz hands. The fake surprise when someone offers to split the bill. Oh, you don't have to. But the kind I mean? It's almost suspiciously low drama. It's handing someone the better chair without comment. It's remembering how someone takes their coffee and just quietly getting it right. The people who practice this don't leave a trail of compliments. They leave a trail of relief. Number 3. The composed reaction. There's composure, and then there's morning elevator composure. Picture this. You're already late. The elevator takes ages, and when it finally dings, the doors open, and there she is. Completely lovely. Just doing her job. Mop in one hand, yellow caution sign in the other, blocking your only direct route to caffeine and dignity. What do? Most people sigh. Or do that aggressive half-smile that screams, I'm a good person, but I'm dying inside. But the quietly composed person. They say good morning, hold the door, and step back. Not because they have time, but because they have range. Composure isn't pretending nothing's annoying. It's just deciding, this isn't worth my emotional budget today. Number 4. Comfortable solitude. Few things make people more uncomfortable than someone alone. And unbothered. No phone, no laptop, no book to fake read while eavesdropping. Just one person, alone with their coffee and thoughts. Like some kind of emotional Navy SEAL. Most people panic when they have no social decoy. They start fidgeting with sugar packets like they're solving a Rubik's Cube. Or they make intense eye contact with their croissant to avoid looking available. But someone who's visibly fine with being alone? That's rare. And oddly powerful. Because it sends a quiet signal. I'm not here to be watched, rescued, or filled. I like my own company. Which means I'm not afraid of yours either. It's the opposite of loneliness. It's presence. Without the performance. And people don't know whether to admire you or quietly question their own attachment issues. Both work. Number 5. Making others feel understood without agreeing. Here's something subtle I've learned. You don't have to agree with someone to make them feel understood. You just have to listen in a way that makes them feel seen. I can hear how strongly you feel about that. I wouldn't have seen it that way. Thank you for explaining. That makes sense from your side. Elegant people don't need to win the point. They need to honor the person. And when you do that, especially during conflict, it doesn't just change how people see you. It changes how they see themselves, which is often the most powerful thing you can do in any interaction. Number 6. Integrity in tiny, invisible ways. We think of integrity as the big things, telling the truth, honoring your word. But the real test? It's the tiny, invisible decisions. The things no one would notice if you cut a corner. It's replying to the email no one will chase you for. Crediting the idea you almost could have passed off as yours. Showing up on time, even when everyone runs late. Quiet people of integrity aren't saints. They just don't like the feeling of being misaligned with themselves. They aren't virtuous for applause. They're consistent because it lets them sleep at night. And that consistency, it accumulates, quietly, powerfully, and eventually it changes your reputation without ever having to defend it. Number 7. Self-improvement without exhibition. Some people make self-development look like a billboard. They post every Duolingo badge, quote their latest mindfulness epiphany, announce each new boundary as if it's a press release. But elegant self-improvement? It's quiet, private, often invisible, until the results start to speak for themselves. It's the opposite of the Big Bang types who launch into something loudly and never make it past week 2. Real growth doesn't need a spotlight. It just needs consistency. And the effect is subtle but unmistakable. You don't just seem better. You become lighter to be around. And that, more than any captioned quote or morning routine update, changes how people see you. Number 8. Protecting other people's dignity. There's a moment I still think about. I recently attended a professional award ceremony where the host, a very seasoned communicator, made a passing comment about the winner's outfit. The woman had just won a major prize. She walked on stage, gracious, poised, clearly overwhelmed. Cameras flashing, 250 people in the room, and then the host, on stage, mentioned that the winner was wearing the same Zara blazer she'd recently bought herself. It was meant as a lighthearted comment. But what it did was shift the focus. Suddenly, the conversation wasn't about the woman's talent. It was about her blazer. Zara. Cheap chic. Relatable. And just like that, dignity was traded for a punchline. That moment taught me something. Truly elegant people never use someone else's vulnerability or visibility for their own moment. Protecting someone's dignity, especially when all eyes are on them, is a habit they'll never forget you for. Number 9. Benefit of the doubt. The barista gets your name wrong, for the 3rd time. The text reply is K. Your colleague says something that might be passive-aggressive, or might just be their personality. Now, you could spiral. You could mentally draft a 5-paragraph essay on the offense. Or, you could be elegant and assume they were just poorly socialized. Giving people the benefit of the doubt isn't a virtue contest. It's strategy. You're not pretending nothing ever bothers you. You're just choosing which battles deserve an audience. Let them wonder how you stay so calm. They'll never suspect you just deleted a mental draft of your Oscar speech. You probably won't get praised for any of these. There's no applause for pausing before you speak. No standing ovation for saying less, but meaning more. But slowly, quietly, they shift how people see you, how they treat you, and how they remember you. If any of these quietly hit home, I'd love to know. Which of these habits are you already practicing quietly? And which one do you want to embody more fully? If you liked this video, subscribe, comment, and check my Amazon storefront for elegant beauty and living essentials. As always, stay classy, manners matters.